welcome or welcome back to my channel, being Louisa. If you follow me on Twitter, I did say I wasn't going to film a video this week because I have been super, I don't know, like ill and tired and just emotional all over the place. But I decided, why not? Even though it's nighttime and there's this horrible shadow behind me because I'm using a light, I thought I'll just do it so that I at least have one video out of the 2 videos I was supposed to do this week. I had my first 4 night shifts the past 2 weeks and they have been something else. I'm not a night person at all. My body switches off at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night and I'm like ready for bed. I stop talking, I get really mellow and calm and so I'm really not a night person. Even when I went in the pub, I would finish at like 1 in the morning and I'd usually go home. Everyone else would usually go out party and I'd go home. I was not a night person. I never will be, I don't think, a night person. So having to do a 12.5-hour shift during the night, yeah, you do get, I think, like an 1.5-hour sleep break, which is cool. It's just a lot. It is a lot to handle. But then again, it was the most, I feel like it wasn't the most, but I felt like I did see a lot of people giving birth at night, so it kind of helps. I got all my witnesses on my night shift and then I got my first catch on my night shift, which is amazing, and it was amazing and it was just gorgeous. So I had my first 2 night shifts on my 3rd week. The first one I was super excited for. I had packed a whole bunch of food because food is what keeps me awake. I'll insert a picture here to show you all the food that I packed, and it was a bit excessive, I know, but it was worth it. And it wasn't so bad. It was like one of those things, whenever you're newly doing something, you're super excited, so you have all that adrenaline kicking through you, so it wasn't too bad. But then my 2nd night shift, which was actually the night of the morning I finished my previous night shift, so like I had 2 night shifts in a row. The 2nd night shift, I was tired. I was wanting to zonk out. It was not fun. I was just like, I'm tired, I can't do this. Also, between the 2 night shifts, I actually slept for 3.5 hours because I don't sleep during the day. Unless I'm ill, I don't sleep during the day properly. So I had 3.5 hours sleep between the 2 night shifts, and then the following day after I finished my 2nd night shift, I basically laid in bed the whole entire day until I thought, oh, I should go home and like do my washing and, you know, all that fun stuff and visit with my mum. And then the fire alarm went off, and the fire alarm just kept going off all weekend, and I was done. Like that made me overly emotional. I was just done. But my mum sorted me out. Like I had 2 more night shifts this week, and the first night shift, the fire alarm went off again that day when I was trying to nap during the day, which really annoyed the crap out of me. So I got in there and I was just like, oh, I'm not at my top performing state. And then the fire alarm actually went off. So after that first night shift, I was obviously finishing my shift in the mornings. I was on my way back to halls and I was like so emotional. I called up my mum and I was crying on the phone and I was just like, I can't do this. I'm so tired. And I was like, I just want to move out of halls, because I feel like that was what really was rubbing me the wrong way, was the fact that the fire alarm kept going off in halls. I couldn't focus, like I couldn't like relax properly. I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't, like, you know, just like recharge. Like this whole thing, you're supposed to be able to recharge after a 12.5-hour shift, and I couldn't do that properly because I kept on getting interrupted by the fire alarm, and it kept going off for like over an hour and a half. It wasn't just going off, we all went out for like 20 minutes. It was an hour and a half each time, except for like once it went off like twice for like 20 minutes. But it's just annoying, and it's like I'm paying all this money for what? For the fire alarm to go off all the time. Ugh, I was just so emotional. I couldn't handle it. I was crying on the phone to my mum like, Mum, I want to move out. I'm going to move out. Then I read my contract and I was like, I can't actually move out, so I'm still here. But I was done. But the thing is, I don't know what affected what. So I don't know if the lack of sleep affected my emotions, which then affected how I felt. Like, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was just like everything in general just affected me, that's why I couldn't film a video, or if it was just the night shifts in general, because doing a night shift is really weird. It's great like the first day you have a night shift because like all day you can do whatever you want to do, have a little nap, get ready and go to a night shift at night. But then because you finish the next morning and say you have a night shift the next day, you can't really do much. You just can only like sleep the morning. But if you're like me, I can't sleep all that well. So I think I was up by 12 o'clock. I was up and I was just like there staring at the wall, like crying, going, oh, I just want my bed because I've got to go to shift soon. It was just a lot. Night shifts are a lot, but if you're a night person, you can do them. Like it'll be easier for you. I'm just not a night person, so they're not that easy. After my first 2 night shifts, I actually couldn't remember what happened that week. Like last week, I could not remember what happened in what order and like who I saw. So I was really glad that I wrote things down. So make sure you do write stuff down. If you've got witnesses or catches, make sure you write the details down as soon as possible, because if you're doing night shifts, your brain will kind of forget. And then after my 2 night shifts this week, I was exhausted during my night shift, and then as soon as I finished my night shift, I came back to halls, but I had so much energy that I just went to see my sister-in-law and my brother. And my brother was like to me when I left his house the other day, so I stayed at the house for like 2 days. I stayed at the house for like a night. I was at the house for like 36 hours or something, I don't know, it was like a really long time. But it was funny because like the next day when I was about to leave, my brother was like to me, "You look so much better." And I was like, "What are you talking about, Aaron?" And he was like, "You look like death," basically. Like he was like, "Your eyes were like bugging out, your skin was pale, you looked sick, but now you look good." I was like, what? Like I didn't, like I know I felt exhausted and like my eyes, I felt like they couldn't open past this, but then he was just like, "You just needed to sleep and eat, and that's all you really needed to do." And I was like, that's true. And it was nice being at his house because he fed me and then I got to sleep and watch movies. I like being at his house. I miss the TV. Anyway, but yeah, so I was so exhausted after doing all those night shifts that I literally looked ill. Like I looked so ill, I couldn't do some of the things I wanted to do. Like I was meant to meet some people, I couldn't do that because I looked so ill and I felt so ill. Like I physically just couldn't move at one point. So I'm glad that I got that time to recuperate. If you can like request when you can do night shifts and stuff, like try and get them separate, but if you do have to have them together, make sure you have a really nice time where you can just relax and do nothing but sleep and watch movies. And also during the long day shift, it's perfectly fine, I love doing that. Doing night shifts, I'm not completely sure about that. I don't know, maybe it'll change, maybe I'll get used to it and I'll really like it, but as of right now, especially because I can't sleep during the day, like night shifts, they're not for me, unfortunately. Since that is a big part of our career. And yeah, sorry this video was weirdly lit, sorry it's about a week late, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked my little insight on my night shifts, which I don't really think it was a good insight, but I'm not quite sure because I am semi-ill, so I don't know what's going on right now. But anyway, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In the meantime, keep on being you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below with any questions or suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe to get weekly updates. Bye y'all.